On this great day, where we are celebrating the achievements of the graduating students, let me tell you a story, my story with AIS. So, just like all of you, I was actually studying my undergrad with my friends, and I hope you can identify me from this picture. I was very much interested in robotics, and then I wanted to study my higher studies in the US. And this was the robot which I made in my final year project. And then I got a sad news. My PhD admit at USC got rejected. But then they were ready to consider me for the MS program. And then 2 months later, I finally get a happy email that I got an admit at USC. And then there was no better website than AIS website. It even had a comprehensive list of things to bring, and it was right from clothes to footwear to miscellaneous items, toiletries, cooking hardware, cooking groceries, even stationery and photos because it was a non-smartphone era. And then I found my roommates in Orkut. And then I was requiring temporary accommodation. So I reached out to one of our advisors at AIS. And then finally I landed in LAX. And when I saw the sign on the freeway, I thought AIS was so big that AIS even has road signs. And then this was my temporary accommodation place. And the seniors helped me so much that I actually wanted to be part of AIS. And then this was the first official event where I actually met everyone. And at the same time, I was able to do the puja. That's very same year. It was a collaboration with HSO, so I also got a chance to meet people from HSO. And then my first Garba. I've never seen Garba in real life, so this was very special. And then after this, it was Republic Day because I could not get the pictures of Diwali. And then this was the first group picture taken during Republic Day. And at this time, Sahil was the one who led AIS in spring. And then we played Holi at the beach, my first Holi in the US. And it was held at Huntington Beach. And then things changed in my life, and I had to go to India during summer. And with a PhD reject, I was trying to figure out what my life is going to lead. And then during that time, I actually made the AIS website. And this was the Ganesh Chaturthi of 2007. And as you can see, like things got bigger and better. Picture quality is improving. You know, was Garba time, the best way to escape from dancing is to be in the front desk. So I was actually volunteering in the front desk of the event. And then I graduated. I missed the entire events during spring, but I didn't miss out on attending the meetings and helping them out. And yeah, this was the baccalaureate where I was carrying the HSO flag, and I also won um, the leadership and academic excellence award, which OIS used to give at that time. And then, thanks to Anirudh and Mansi, we had a new website which improved upon our existing website. And then, fall 2008, my first time I actually watched Diwali live. And then, on November of 2008, something big happened. The terror attacks at Mumbai, so we actually held a candlelight vigil. And then after that, you can see the first ever amazingly written meeting minutes, thanks to Amrita. And then we had Natadu Kumar as our guest for Republic Day. And we had Arvind Verma, who has been our advisor for a long time. And slowly you can start seeing group pictures. And then it was a difficult time for getting jobs because it was a recession time. And so we actually held a career session where people can give inputs about like taxes and all the legal stuff as well as how to get a job. And we had Holi, you can see some familiar faces, Biren, Rushit, Aditya Bandari, Kailash. And then we had a Counter-Strike tournament and then another unique event called Treasure Hunt. And this was extremely well received. And then Independence Day, and a proud moment for me. First time I actually hoisted the national flag. And then after following that, we actually had the orientation, and you can see this was like the old SGM, and we had like amazing set of panelists, and the group gets bigger, and you can even see Viru there. And then this picture is very special because this was there in this was given to someone, and you know who that is, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
And it is very happy to meet all of you in the beautiful campus of University of Southern California. And I'm here for Los Angeles for some mission. The mission is to get an award. That is the Font Gorman Big Award. And it is a very important for me because I am an aeronautic fellow and he is a guru, Font Gorman. So his award getting that today evening I am there for that purpose. It's a great surprise for me to meet all of you, all the young people from this region, and also many regions I understand people have come. So it is a great pleasure for me to meet all of you on this beautiful day.
And then you could shake hands with him. He even offered to take pictures with all the students who came there, which was just awesome. And everybody enjoyed it. And it was arranged in 2 days, which was tremendous. And then after that, Garba again at the Lion Center. And you can see that things are getting more organized. And even the picture quality is slowly improving. And then Viru was always there to come and click pictures, you know. bit scared. This is Diwali that year, and we had Dan and Dixie start the event. This is Vidushak performing at that time. Maybe some faces are familiar. And Kailash, actually, who was the president, was actually there participating. And then Republic Day. And you can see that there's an increase in the number of people who are coming for the event. And then during spring break, we had a surprise event. This was box cricket. And we even had an AIS team. And this was like gully cricket at its best. And it was well received. This was the only time this event happened. So it was very unique in that team. And this is Team AIS and the winning team. And then after that, we actually went to Manas to have lunch. And then Independence Day that year, and Dean Sony was getting active with the group. So he was there for the event. And you can see that the board is now growing, very happy, smiling faces. And this was Ganesh Chaturthi that year. And this time the orientation was very different. Since there were other stuff which was already set up there. And for the first time, we were serving prasad for everyone. And then Garba getting more and more colorful and bigger, well organized. And this was the board, And then Diwali, first time you can see Veeru performing with 2 other AIS members. And he acted a scene from Sholay. And then AIS had its first ever board drama called Ravan Chale Amrika. And this is Brahma, and then this is like a birthday scene.
Unfortunately, after a few days, Ravan gets a call from Manosoft saying that the market is down and because of recession they cannot consider him. Fully dejected and disappointed, he decides to do penance again. Om Brahmadevaya Namah, Om Brahmadevaya Namah, Om Brahmadevaya Namah, Om Brahmadevaya Namah. Yo, what's the fuss? Hey, what is this joke? I asked for Brahma and Shiva appears. It's proxy, yaar.
And this was very unique because we actually had rains for the first time. And at that time, you can see like all the past board members who came as spectators were ready to join and help out. And it was amazing to see that. And then we had treasure hunt in spring. And these were the winning teams. And they won some gifts. And then food was served. And then we screened the Cricket World Cup. And we actually screened just the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. But then this was the pictures from the finals, and it was just amazing. But pictures won't really give you a good picture of what the situation was. So let's see some videos. week later, we actually had Holi and the celebrations continued. We actually, this time I think I had two buses. So, two buses filled with, and there were so many colors which were bought, and people were just having an awesome time there. And then we served awesome food. And then we had a unique event called Fun and Fair. This was like a typical carnival style event. We even had hula hoop with like hajmola and parleji and stuff. And then poker, blackjack, and up and down. And yeah, and people really loved it. And we eventually gave prizes for uh, the winners. And then the first time we actually had a final meet, not so official, but it was very casual. So we didn't even have pictures of that meeting. And then after a long time, we actually drafted a proper constitution, thanks to like Gokul, Shiveen, and myself, along with the other board members. And then you can see more familiar faces, Bilgi, Praful, and Nilesh and Madhura kind of led the board in that year. And then Ganesh Puja getting more and more colorful, and people were like, so interested in this event and setting it up. And this was the board serving the prasad that year. And then Garba got again more colorful. People were like so excited. And because we had more alumni, AIS board members, we were able to get things organized in a much better way. And there was a lot of emphasis on group pictures at this point of time. And then we had a farewell. We missed Holi and stuff because there were inadequate funding, but we at least had a final meet where we could give like personalized cards for all the graduates. And then the next year, Ganesh Puja, Praful became the president, and Dean Soni was there as always. And at this point of time, things changed. Like AIS really became like a very, very close group. And you can see a lot of familiar faces like Mukta, Mantri, you know, Jijo, Anita, and then Garba. This was the first time we actually held it at RTCC Ballroom, and it was a blast. I think this was like setting the tone for the next upcoming years. But the best part of it, like this board, I personally think has the best ever group pictures because there was so much emphasis on that. And you can see the number of people who were part of the board and volunteering, and that is just awesome. And then our play. This was Ramayan Reloaded.
Enough funding this time. Sent him to do his MS at USC.
And after that, Republic Day. And we by this time we had an amazing tech team. So they were really interested in getting the tech side of AIS working well. And then career fair was huge. And the best part was we didn't fall short of speakers because there were so many people from AIS who were still involved in working, but at the same time wanted to help out the students. And then this was a surprise event where they gave us like a Thanksgiving kind of event. So they celebrated the advisors and six of us. We were given like titles. I was called the spiritual gamer, and we had a treasure hunt. We had to give weird poses. And Aditya was Mr. AIS. And then after that, during spring break, we actually had a Pani Puri break. So this was serving Pani Puri in Ellendale Place. And then we celebrated the tradition, final meet. These were the cards which were made. Unfortunately, I think we didn't have pictures, but we had one from, because Praful joined us from East Coast. And then the tech team updated the website, and that is now the current website. And then we even had an AIS membership card with barcodes, which was a new experiment. And then this is orientation. For the first time, I came with my wife because I was newly married, and it was awesome to see the board, very close and working together. And then Ganesh Puja as usual. And this time it was so big. I think probably the biggest crowd we got in these years. And after that, Garba ballroom. And again, getting much better. You can see Mithun, Shashi, and then the trademark Macarena dance, and then group pictures. And then Viru joined us. And then this was the board. And then Diwali that year. And this was with Shak's performance. And then we actually had AIS's third drama. But by that time, Arvind gave us shocking news that he was leaving. So we felicitated him before he left. And then we had our drama, Yam Leela. Steve Jobs, Mantri.
अरे तुम कौन हो? What? Am I talking in Hindi? Necessarily in Spanish. Talk in a language that most of the planet knows. You talk in Gujarati, except the every day.
What does MP stand for?
Now listen to this answer. Yampi matlab, yampi chunli. हम जब से ज्वाइन किया हूँ तब से यम्पी ही हूँ. Rahul.
Oh, not Dravid, please. Not Dravid, please. Thank God.
Mom, can I talk?
Sure, beta. Go ahead.
Our country is like a digital system. It needs to be designed in easy Rahul Gandhi or Puara Gandhi.
And then our final picture with Arvind, very emotional moment. And this is, we were dancing Gangnam Style at the end because that was the trending song for our play. And then came orientation in spring and career fair. This was career fair. And dosa night at Ellen Hill Place. And then final meet. And this time the juniors planned it really well, and we had like candles and like very, very smiling faces. And then this was Independence Day. And then Ganesh Chaturthi. We even have a happy birthday balloon there. And then this Garba was probably the most well decorated Garba I've seen. And this was just awesome. And we even collected funds for Jammu Kashmir flood, which was well received. And then after that, Diwali, we actually had our love-hate debate.
Barca?
Indian students at USC.
Instead of quota for Indian students at USC, I would suggest that people follow our model of empowering women and also introduce the Right to Get Admissions Act.
UPA को कौन बीजेपी को कौन केजरीवाल 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 केजरीवाल.
And then we celebrated 20 years of AIS, and I was extremely proud that I was there 8 years out of the 20 years. And they gave us a memento for being with AIS and so helping them. And then after that, it was Republic Day. And you can see there's a lot of people who are interested in come for the flag hoisting. And then AIS won the Tommies, which was very special. And then we had a final meet where even my parents joined last year. And this is where we stopped in 2015. And then now Viru actually came and presented about his experiences with the board. And then we had some a different event where people can come and give feedback to AIS, and that really helped. And at the same time, this was held before the orientation. And then you can see the current board. And Ganesh Puja held as usual and big as usual. And then we had like very new, unique Ganeshas which was made through the Make Your Own Ganesha event. And then after that, we had a career fair. Not so much turnout for that event. Probably most of them got jobs, I guess, but still something extremely useful for people. And then this was unique, where they held Garba workshops for teaching people how to dance during Garba. And then it was Diwali time. This time around, we could not really um, work together on a script because of my work, but again, at least we were there for the event. And then after that, it was orientation during spring of 2016. And then Republic Day. And it was nice to see a small group of people singing and performing patriotic songs. It's been a long time since I saw that during one of our events. And then back to the present. And at this time, just wanted to say like AIS is a great family, and we've celebrated like farewells, birthdays, graduation, and we've also supported each other during the toughest times. Welcome to our family, because this family is very close. I've seen them work together. A lot of people are there in Bay Area, on behalf of the people from the AIS family. And just like one of our members told, AIS is not an organization, it's a family with a tradition and culture, and we are all blessed to be part of it. Congrats and fight on.